January 23rd, 2022. Halfcast 226, episode 226. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you. An evening of reflection. Shall we? New Jersey men sentenced for laundering money from romance scam, other fraud. Let me be the caring friend to tell you, in 2022, they don't love you. If someone is trying to convince you that the further development of your relationship hinges on their own personal financial problems, head for the hills. Two men from New Jersey were sentenced to Wednesday for their part in laundering hundreds of thousands of dollars illegally obtained through a romantic scam and other fraud, authorities said. As soon as you hear New Jersey, you should already be checking to make sure you still got your wallet or purse. Paulinus Ibodage, 40 of Clementon, was sentenced to 46 months, and Ohime Osekia, 37 of Glassboro, was sentenced to 18 months in prison. According to a description of court proceedings, Ibodage and Asikia pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering in September and March 2021 after their exploits were uncovered by the FBI. The men were described as Nigerian nationals by the Alabama District Attorney's Office. Please don't let it be the Nigerian prince scam. Can you please send me $15,000 so the embassy can release my 300 million? The defendants helped cyber criminals obscure the source of their ill-gotten gains and squirrel away fraud proceeds and overseas accounts, U.S. Attorney Prem Escalona said in a statement. Citizens are urged to carefully scrutinize any email directing the transfer of money via wire. Court documents indicated that from June to November 2018, Ibadage and Asikia received wire transfers from compromised business emails, a romance scam, and other fraud victims, officials said. The men would then move the fraud proceeds between bank accounts to obscure their origin and later either wire the money to bank accounts in Nigeria or purchase automobiles that were shipped overseas, authorities said. Ebodage and Asikia typically receive fees of 20% or more of the funds that they laundered. You would think the Princess Amunda would be offering them at least half. No. If you like the show, subscribe, comment, let me know you're rocking with your boy. NFT scammers made off with $1.3 million in Solana after a rug pull, despite the project creators being vetted. Duh, that's what makes a scammer a scammer. You don't know you've been scammed until after you've been scammed. The creators of Big Daddy Ape Club NFTs swiped around $1.3 million from would-be collectors, Decrypt first reported. The so-called rug pull happened even after the creators were vetted by a verification company. Such scams have been on the rise as more people flock into the digital asset space. The creators behind the Big Daddy Ape Club NFT collection swiped 9,136 SOL, or around 1.3 million, from would-be collectors, marking the biggest rug pull in the Solana blockchain's history. SOL is the native currency of the Solana blockchain. It is used to validate the network transactions, secure the network, and run the on-chain programs. Moreover, SOL is also used for staking to earn rewards within the Solana crypto blockchain. It's like Bitcoin and Ethereum. A rug pull is a type of scam in which creators quickly cash out their gains after launching what appears to be a legitimate crypto project. Oh, this is worse than the Nigerian prince scam. These people don't even tell you they love you first. They just take all the money. But what's notable about the Big Daddy Ape Club scam is that it was pulled off even after the creators were vetted by Civic, a San Francisco based decentralized identity verification company. I don't know. I thought the name Big Daddy Ape Club would be pretty damn memorable. Civic in December announced via Twitter that it had verified the NFTs through its Verified by Civic Pass program. This included verifying a 3D scan of their creator and comparing it with the photo ID. If they came up with a way to get this money away from people, investors, and all that stuff, don't you think they found a way to get around the verification process? On January 11th, when the NFTs were supposed to be minted, the creators just vanished. The 2,222 ape themed tokens were also never created. They didn't even give you a memento. Similar to the other rug pulls, their Twitter account, Discord server, and the official website of the collection all shut down, according to Decrypt, Solanart, and NFT Marketplace also acknowledged the rug pull. Just type Lucius Fox when you're done. We are aware of the reported Big Daddy Ape Club rug pull and that there are victims involved. We take this attack on the NFT community seriously and are taking steps to offer all the assistance we can, Civic CEO Hart tweeted. The following day, Civic said it is in direct contact with US based authorities to track down the people behind the scam. NFTs, digital representations of artwork, sports cards, or other collectibles tied to a blockchain have surged in popularity in the past year as investors from Wall Street and Hollywood get on board. But as the market continues to boom, scams are also on the rise. Last year, the estimated value of rug pull scams totaled $2.8 billion, according to Chains Analysis. The Big Daddy Ape Club rug pull joins Frosties, an NFT collection on the Ethereum blockchain that also scammed its investors. Big Daddy Ape Club. Oh, because we're not done with scams. $1.9 million COVID-19 unemployment scam unravels after fraudsters leave key evidence behind in Yonkers hotel room. What was the key evidence? Did they turn on the black light? A pandemic unemployment benefits scam came unwound when a pair of alleged fraudsters left behind hundreds of letters containing payments to people whose identities had been stolen after checking out of a hotel room, prosecutors said. If you're dealing with scams that produce a lot of paperwork, it costs like 20 bucks. Go to Staples and get yourself a shredder. They're only about this big. Save you a lot of, please don't scam anybody. Staffers at the hotel in Yonkers, New York, grew suspicious when they found bundles of mail from the New York Department of Labor containing debit cards in a hotel room after the couple left, according to court documents. Prosecutors say Yaharis Rodriguez Hernandez, 40, was arrested at an immigration detention facility in Goshen, New York on Wednesday and charged with stealing the identities of 100 people, many of whom live in one 3 block stretch in Queens, and using them to file for 1.9 million in fraudulent unemployment benefits. The pair had tried to extend their stay an extra night, but were told the room they were in had been booked, so they would have to switch rooms, court papers said. After the new guests reported finding the abandoned mail, a woman called the desk on behalf of the man and woman, saying they didn't speak any English but wanted to get some things they had left behind in their original room, the document said. The clerk said they would have to wait until morning. The woman called back again around midnight, insisting that they be allowed to collect their belongings, which prompted the clerk to call 911. When officers arrived, they spotted the couple trying to leave the hotel. First off, they messed up leaving the papers behind in the first place. That's where they messed up at. But they didn't look suspicious until they actually pressed the clerk at the front desk to get into their room after midnight. They were already going to let them in and get their stuff in the morning. Until then, all you have to do is just wait. You already messed up. Officers stopped them and said they would be detained until the matter could be sorted out. While they were waiting, Officers said they saw the man trying to erase all the data off his phone, just sloppy. A subsequent search revealed photos of lists of names of people whose identities had been stolen and numerous incriminating messages detailing the scheme. Officers also found a notebook among the couple's possessions that included lists of names, social security numbers, and dates of birth for people whose identities had been stolen, prosecutors said. Why didn't they just walk into the precinct, walk into an open cell, and close the door behind them? Authorities later determined that the couple had, over the course of nearly a year, how did they make it a year? Used the identities to apply for 1.9 million in unemployment benefits and had received $500,000 in payments. What are you doing with all that paperwork? Whatever you was doing, as stupid as it was working. Following her arrest, authorities running Hernandez's fingerprints determined that she had previously been convicted in 2015 under a different identity in a scheme to use stolen social security numbers from Puerto Rico to file for false tax refunds. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison in that case. Upon her release in 2017, she had been deported to her native Dominican Republic, DR, but had later re entered the country illegally. She is currently serving a 15-month sentence for illegal entry. As wild as it may seem, if they hadn't oppressed the desk clerk and made themselves look suspicious and drew that type of attention to themselves, they might have lived to scam another day. Next up, switching it up. Orange, you're glad I didn't say banana. North Carolina man steals church bus, spray paints it before leaving it abandoned. Deputies responded to calls regarding the incident at Salem Baptist Church, where a church bus had been reported stolen. The bus had not been seen since January 13th. According to the sheriff's report, the bus was found on January 19th, abandoned with black spray paint covering both sides of the bus. Detectives were able to identify 27-year-old Lincolnton resident James Thatcher as the suspect, and a search ensued. Thatcher was located on January 21st and charged following an interview. 4 ways he messed up: stole the bus, vandalized the bus, abandoned the bus, got arrested, and didn't even get the catalytic. Hey! Fun show. Fun show. Fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.